So this is an interesting example of how we use non-surgical means to reverse things that have been done surgically. This is a person who had a previous facial restoration procedure done elsewhere, and she's unhappy with the upper third of her face. We can see the brow's been lifted a bit too high. She has hollowing in her temporal area. The fat around the eyelids has been over resected, and you can see these little lumps that are in her tear troughs were poorly injected fillers, and that would be Restylane or Juvederm that we're talking about creating these lumps. So the first step is to go in and reverse the thread lift that she had to the middle portion of her forehead. And we did that simply by cutting the thread and letting the eyebrow fall back down, and we then also got rid of the temporal hollowing with Restylane. So if we look at this picture, here she is up close. You see the brow's arched. This is what we call the head of the brow. The tail of the brow is down here. You can see the upper eyelid is completely over resected with removal of the skin, and you can see there's hollowing in the temporal areas from aging process. So we reversed the brow lift by letting the brow fall into a natural position, and I used Sculptra in the temporal areas to improve that hollowing. So now what I've done is created a beautifully shaped eyebrow that looks less surprised than that. But now we're looking at the hollow eyelids. So now we've created a good support system around the eyes. Now we're going to pay attention to the eyelids themselves. This hollowing we were able to take care of with injections of hyaluronic acid. In this case, we used Restylane. We used it on a cannula, injecting it between the space between the brow and the eyelids, filling in this hollowing, which brings the eyebrow down, giving a much prettier shape to her eyes. So first we reversed the thread lift, we added Sculptra to the temporal region, and then we used Restylane in the eyes to improve the eye quality. And you can appreciate that this gives us a much nicer look compared to where she started to where we finished.